We got John Gruden. Obviously, the emails come out. Some racial stuff, some homophobic stuff, some misogynist stuff that's all in there. He tried to get ahead of it. The NFL, whoever is leaking this out, and however it got out there, because there were 650,000 emails that came from the Washington football team investigation. And so someone either A, has an axe to grind with Gruden, they maybe want to punish the Raiders, or maybe they're just trying to make the NFL look bad. But I'm curious as who in the NFL office, would leak these things out. And you've got some of the biggest people on this thing, the New York Times, Wall Street Journal. I mean, there's some big time entities, Washington Post, that are going to be diving in on this. And so trying to figure out what the motivation was. Is this just to smear the whole NFL? And I'm curious if there's anyone else, because it seems like when you look at this, that John Gruden was just singled out, that he was selected and they went after him. They got him fired. He's gone. And what he said, that stuff, it's fireable. But it also was private. And it was also stuff that happened while he was working at ESPN. And that was, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago. I mean, this is stuff that's been out there for a while. Just no one knew about it because it was private communication between him and Bruce Allen, was the president of the Washington football team at the time. I guarantee you there's a lot more stuff in there that is maybe as bad, maybe worse. And I'm interested to see if we see the slow leak of that stuff come out and continue to kind of go after the NFL. People are still going to watch, but I'm trying to figure out the motivation and how it was coming out, because now you have the NFLPA, who they say they want to see all 650,000 emails to see what's in there. And I don't blame them. If this was a legal battle and they could get these through discovery, they will probably try to find the way. And I believe the NFL in Washington will hide them as much as they possibly can. And don't tell me for a second that there's not some incriminating stuff of Daniel Snyder on there. There has to be 650,000 emails. There's going to be some illicit stuff. And I guarantee you there's a lot of other coaches around the league that are trying to scan their brains, trying to figure out exactly what they said. And if they ever sent communications to Washington, whether it's scouts, whether it was front office, whether it was other coaches, because all those emails were going to be subpoenaed or processed by the NFL, and they're all part of it. All part of it. What the amazing thing is, some of the stuff John Gruden said, and like I said, not everything, but there's some things that he threw out there about the league and the perception of what they're trying to do that I think a lot of other coaches hold. I'm fairly certain that they do, as just from listening to other players and guys who I've contacted throughout, the last couple of days, that there's some opinions of certain, people and what the league's been trying to do and how they've managed some of this stuff that, I don't think are exclusive to John Gruden. So I'm curious if this other stuff starts leaking out, who it impacts. And I believe if, John Gruden was maybe at a more powerful organization, that maybe this stuff is squashed and never even sees the light of day. But alas, he's with the Raiders. And Mark Davis is a punching bag, I guess, for the other owners. And they let it get out and they forced his hand. But don't tell me for a second there's not other owners, player or coaches, front office, scouts, everybody else not shaking in this as we try to find the motivation, because those things will slowly begin to reveal themselves here over the next couple of weeks.